Hi everybody, my name is Ken Simpson and I am here with
Mike Monroe.
all right, and we are here and we are with CTN at the art fair. So Michael, what can you tell us about your booth you got going on today?
Well, I'm a wildlife artist, and I also am a children's book illustrator. So I have a lot of art I've done on live edge wood. That's kind of my thing for the last couple of years. And then I have 30 different children's books I've illustrated. So I'm signing books for people and selling some art.
Yeah. So I actually personally love like your eye of nature. Basically, it's kind of like it gives off kind of like a sense of nostalgia. Sort of like for me for old children's books. So I gotta ask you. So what was the inspiration for focusing mostly on nature art?
I grew up in Brighton. We had right behind one of the big parks. I spent a lot of time camping and fishing. My mom is also a very big nature enthusiast, so together we spent a lot of time exploring and just always inspired by the different animals I see.
Yeah, it's awesome. Also, yeah, I've also noticed that like some of your canvas choices are actually a bit different than other people. So I actually see you actually using actual wood basically. So what was the mindset of actually choosing using that as a canvas?
Well, it just was kind of ironic. Two friends of mine that opened a sawmill and were showing me around all the unique wood they had, and one of them said you should paint on wood. So they gave me a dozen pieces as a gift. I painted them, and I sold all 12 pieces at my first show. So I thought, okay, maybe we should go in that direction.
Wow, that is incredible. I've also like how like you actually kind of incorporate every single season of each piece. There's actually some winter pieces, some spring pieces, even some summer pieces as well. So was there sort of like a reason why you wanted to incorporate every single season with your art?
I just like variety. I don't want to come in and see all winter pieces or all spring. I think it's good to have a little variety.
I gotcha. So I was also curious that like this probably takes like a lot of time and preparation to go into make some of these pieces. How long does it usually take you to create something, if you had to guess?
It's a good question. Some of them go very quickly. I can do it in maybe 2 or 3 days. Other could take 2 or 3 weeks. As far as illustrating the children's books, I've done for 25 years. They take primarily about 6 months to do a book of this caliber. This has 40 pages in it. So.
Gotcha. And also how did you get into book illustrations?
When my twins were born, my twin daughter right now, they're 28 years old, but when they were born, I went to the bookstore to find some books for them, and I was really kind of amazed at some of the stuff that was published. I didn't think it was particularly good. So I felt like I would take my own shot at it and bring my A game to the book industry, and it just took off like wildfire for me. So I was very, very fortunate to have done that.
Gotcha. And what can you want to tell me about some of the books here at your booth today?
Well, this one right here, this is a very popular one. If you look, you can see the tree's face on the cover. This book was about a tree that got to be too big to be picked for Christmas. This book was read on the Today Show by Katie Couric Christmas morning, also read by Mitch Albom for animated TV show. So this has sold over 500,000 pieces, one of my best books.
Wow, that is incredible, for sure. And also, do you have like a website at all? Basically, you want to share the people of Ann Arbor?
My website is michaelglennmonroe.com, and it's 2 N's on Glenn. Okay. They can get all my books there, different art, prints.
Awesome. Is there anything else you would like to share to the people of Ann Arbor before we close it out?
Thank you for letting us have the show here. It's always been really exciting. One of the highlights of my year to come to this show, and appreciate all the support. There's thousands of people out here already.
All right. Thank you so much, Michael. And my name is Ken. This is CTN at the Art Fair.
Hey everyone, I am back here and I am with Tom. As you can see, we're under a pretty cool tented area. What do you call this though? Like a
it's
canopy.
The sipping room.
The sipping room, of course. We've got a new distillery that's coming to the U.S. They're here in Ann Arbor today. Tell us a little bit about the drinks that you've got and kind of your signature, which you just said you serve.
Yeah, so we're Dillon's Small Batch Distillery based out of Canada. We've got the 3 drinks here today that we're going to be sampling out at the Ann Arbor Art Fair. There's blackberry lemon elderflower, tangerine lemon hint of mint, black cherry, and touch of cranberry.
They all sound great. We see the line here, so we know you guys are a hit this weekend, right?
It's perfect for the good summer weather we're having too.
I was going to say this is like the perfect tent, the perfect area, right? So, is there anything you want, the customers to know specifically about this distillery?
Just the fact that we keep it authentic with our flavors.
Yeah.
We keep it small batch.
And these are your cans, right?
Yes, and these are our cans and our flavors that we're sampling out today.
Okay. Well, yeah, we think we're going to encourage you guys to come out and do some samples, right? We're going to try a little bit here shortly.
Yes, of course. Yes, we're sampling them out all day.
Okay. Well, thank you, Tom.
Yeah, thank you.
And again, we'll be back with the CTN at the Art Fair.
Bird Hill's nature area is the largest natural area in the city at 146 acres. Its hilly woods are a sanctuary for hikers. You can access Bird Hill from various locations, the main entrance at Newport Road, as well as Bird Hill Road and Beechwood Drive. A network of trails allows the opportunity to spend hours hiking through beautiful, forested areas or just a few minutes to appreciate nature. The area is closed to bicycles to prevent damage from erosion. No facilities are available in this undeveloped natural area. The unpaved trails wind through hills and ravines covered with beech, sugar maple, flowering dogwood, oaks and hickory, and various spring wildflowers. Other areas have been planted with various trees not native to our area. For more information, visit a2gov.org/parkfinder.
I'm Dana Denha.
And I'm Melissa Bondi, co-host of Adventures in Parenthood, where we take a ride on the roller coaster that we call parenting.
Tune in to CTN Channel 16 or visit youtube.com/CTN Ann Arbor to watch all our episodes.
And keep watching for new guests and topics of all kinds related to raising our next generation.
Dana Denha here, and this is CTN at the Art Fair. I'm here with David McAlpine, and he's at is this the Summer Art Fair? Do you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. So we're at the Summer Art Fair on Main Street. David's got his mixed media tiles. Tell us a little bit about yourself, David, and how you ended up becoming a mixed media artist.
Well, I'm a sort of a mixed media person, so I kind of a dying breed of a generalist. I had a couple of different careers, and I got a degree in art, and of course you can't make any money off art, so you had to do something else, and now I'm still working in art and sort of taking in all the other experiences I had to put into some of the stuff. Mostly this is clay though. Mostly I do clay. I like the plasticity of clay. You can move it around. You can go in a million different directions.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because you have these like clay tiles, but you're also like painting on them, which I think is not the norm for clay.
They're glazed. They're glazed.
Yeah, but it's almost like a painterly quality when you're glazing them.
Exactly. That's.
I'm sorry.
That's my whole intent, because I actually got a degree in painting and ceramics. So I'm trying to combine them.
Okay, so tell me about your process and how these mixed media tiles come about, because obviously you're starting with your slab, but then how does it go from there?
I use different influences, and I also want to combine things for kind of emotional content. I have glass in some of them and metal, and I have nails and things that can be sort of metaphors for something else. I don't know if I have an idea exactly. I look at other artists, and there's a place where I start. And then when you're doing ceramics, you put it in a kiln, and it's got to fire up to a certain temperature, and you don't know what's going to happen. So part of it is dealing with this unknown result. So it's not like a painter. You paint red and it's red.
Yeah.
You're putting down something that doesn't look red, and it might not come out red.
Yeah.
So there's a whole lot of being able to change on a dime, and then still make something that's kind of interesting or worthwhile, or maybe somebody might buy.
I agree. I went to one of those, those places where you do ceramics and you like paint a cup or you glaze a cup. And I did it, and I hated the way my glaze turned out, because I think you don't really know when you glaze something, because it looks absolutely nothing like what it's actually going to turn out to look like.
Most of the time, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that it really takes probably a lot of time to figure out when you're trying to get, like, let's say your female form and you're trying to get, a body or something of a certain tone. That probably has been a lot of trial and error.
Yeah, and like I said, it's sort of dealing with what you end up with.
Yeah. And so you do, I was reading your artist statement over here, you do like a low temp firing.
Yeah.
And then you do multiple glazes and do multiple firings?
You can go over. You can correct your mistakes and go back in, and some things will fire out and some things don't, and you can sometimes add things and sometimes subtract things, and there's always a possibility of changing something that doesn't come out exactly the way you want or you like. Uh-oh, I gotta sell something here.
Oh, well, I actually really like that it's got this like almost collageness to it, and you can see that like sometimes you're doing a deeper glaze, but then it has like, I don't know, it creates a richness in the pieces.
Good, you're getting it.
Yeah, okay, good, I'm glad. Well, I don't want to keep you for too long because you gotta sell your artwork, but you got any social medias or any way people can get a hold of your artwork?
Instagram.
Okay, just find David McAlpine on Insta.
Yeah, do I got a card here? You want a card? Dave McAlpine it's D McAlpine 0195 at Instagram.
Okay, perfect. Anyone who wants to come check out these awesome tiles, buy some online, whatever. Well, thank you so much.
Talk to me and give me some more ideas.
Yeah, well, that's also pretty amazing.
Ideas here.
Yeah, it's something I wouldn't have thought of, that you were getting your inspiration from people, but I mean, the figures are predominant in your pieces.
The thing is, when you're an artist, you're working in a studio kind of solitary, and finally when you get out, I mean, a lot of times people don't say anything that mean anything, but sometimes you need to have somebody else. You need a critic. Mm-hmm. Everyone needs a critic, a good critic.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks, David, and best of luck at the 2024 Ann Arbor Art Fair.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon.
Hello, and welcome back to CTN. We are at the Ann Arbor Art Fair, and I am with Hannah Amidon. Hannah, where are you from?
I'm from Nashville, Tennessee.
Wow, all the way from Tennessee. And did you come just for this festival?
I did, yes.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now, your art, it's a punny world.
It is.
Could you explain a little bit more about what that means?
Yeah, I mean, so I take words and sayings and I translate them into comical paintings with acrylic and watercolors. And yeah, I mean, art is even better when you can laugh, you know?
Definitely, definitely. And what would you say is your primary medium, or kind of like what is your most common medium, I guess, yeah?
Yeah, so my acrylic paintings are like the bigger ones and I get more of a flat graphic look. And then my watercolors, I can get more depth in them. So those are the two that I primarily deal with, which is a lot of fun.
And so, like, what is your inspiration for some of these, I guess for some of the content within these works?
It's weird because I feel like when I'm in a conversation with someone, my mind just thinks a little bit differently. And so I'll hear a word or someone say something specific and I'm like, oh. And so it's in my head working away, and now I've just come up with this. So I think the images come first and then the words, but it's a fun way to live, you know?
Yeah, and talk to me a little bit about these pieces back here. So what's going on with these?
Yeah, so like this one is my meatball. So like meatball, but they're bowling. And I put like all the little details in the back too. So like rigatoni, penne, all these pasta names. And then bless you, obviously. Bless you. But bless you.
I love that. That's so good. Oh, my stars.
Yes, and this is one of my newest ones, my Oh My Stars, which it's just so sweet. Tenants.
My personal favorite is Shakespeare.
Right?
Yeah, could you tell me a little bit about that one?
Well, obviously Shakespeare, and it celebrates the beauty in everyone. You know, it's just he's modeled after Trixie Mattel. So yeah, I love it.
Beautiful, beautiful. And your book, It's a Punny World. I see you have it out on display here.
Yeah.
Could you explain a little bit more about that and what it's like to be, I guess, both an author and an artist?
Yeah, so that has been my dream ever since I started doing my puns, like around 8 years ago. That's been my dream, to publish a little coffee table book of all of them. And I just got to the point where I could self-publish, and so I got 750 copies, and I've been taking them to all my shows. And I mean, it's a great coffee table book. You just get to flip through and smile. So.
It is. It does definitely look like a very nice piece to have at your home.
Well, thank you.
But thank you so much, Hannah. Anything that you want to shout out to the city of Ann Arbor?
It's my grandpa's birthday today. Happy birthday, Grandpa.
Oh my God, happy birthday, Gramps. Thank you again, Hannah. And we will be back with more Art Fair on CTN Ann Arbor.
Two Pioneers converge on him as soon as he got about to the goal line.
Look at Denson just fighting people off as he takes it all the way upfield. And Denson's trying to get into
he might hit a little something for his, his efforts there.
He did.
No! No!
Yes.
Hi everybody, my name is Ken, and I am here with
Sidney Carter.
All right, and this is CTN Art Fair. So I'm with Sydney, and he is an acrylic artist based in Georgia. And so Sydney, what can you tell us about your booth?
Well, I've been painting for about 35 years professionally out of Atlanta, and I work with acrylics. I paint a lot about music, instruments broken up, kind of Picasso-ish, Cubism. Yes.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, so I can easily go and like most definitely go and like see. I go and like see like the shapes basically. I see some squares. I see some circles basically. So what was sort of like your inspiration of going with that approach for your art?
Just wanted to do something different, something that hadn't been seen around, trying to stand out on my own.
Yeah, it's wonderful. And like one thing about your art basically for me, basically I told you earlier, it really like kind of brings back like a home feeling for me. So like sort of nostalgia basically because I grew up basically kind of like seeing this art basically. So I kind of want to go and ask you. So what's sort of like your information of like capturing sort of like these black moments in art?
Yeah, well, I grew up in Panama City, Florida, and it's kind of rural, impoverished area. So doing artwork, that was my escape, I guess, doing what I want to do in life. And then once I got into college and started pursuing other things, I would go back to where I grew up. I would do things about black people, black art, and some of my upbringing.
Yeah. Actually, for sure. And also, like you mentioned like that you do a whole lot of acrylic painting. And in your opinion, how does acrylic artwork differ from other materials for art?
Well, for me, I like working with acrylics because it dries fast. Some artists don't like that. They don't want to be able to go back and work on it, but it dries fast, and I'm able to work on the spot. Wherever I go, I always paint. So, it allows me to do that.
For sure. And also, like you said that like music and instruments play a big part within your artwork. So, what was sort of like the inspiration for actually picking that type of subject for your art?
Yes, I just know that music appeals to everyone. It should, anyways. It's make you have a happy feeling, and so I want you to smile when you come in my booth. I'm a happy person, so I want you to feel the same. I want you to feel something when you walk in here.
Gotcha. Yes. Yeah, for sure. It's a very, 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 a very relaxed environment here. Basically, you have smooth jazz going. Basically, it's very chill. It smells nice also as well. So that's great. Is there like any art pieces here that actually kind of stand out to you, or some of your favorites that you brought the show to the Ann Arbor Art Fair?
Well, yeah, this piece here back, you can't probably see it because of the lighting, but I'm doing some Abin Ailey pieces now, the dancers and things. There's a lot of movement and everything. I go see them every year, so I just pay tribute to them,
Wow, it's very, very striking as well. I love so the dark colors and also the warm colors with the red and the oranges as well. Yeah, so for sure. How long would you say it actually takes for you to make a piece like that, or any of these pieces?
Yeah, say this one here, it probably took me about a month to do. I'll work on 2 or 3 pieces at a time, and then and finish them up. Maybe take me about a month to do 3.
Gotcha. And what would you say makes the Ann Arbor Art Fair stand out to you compared to other art fairs you've been to?
Well, people here, they appreciate artwork. They come out and they support. It's been a struggle, especially when COVID hit. Things kind of slowed down. So I think they understand that the artists need support. And art makes you happy, make you smile, and we all can use some of that. So please come out and support us like you always do.
All right, gotcha. All right, then, Sydney, for like the folks at home, and also the folks on the internet, is there any websites or social media where people can find you and your work?
It's sidneycarter.net. Yes.
All right, sweet. All right, then, thank you so much, Sydney. And this is Ken with CTN Ann Arbor. Right, this is Ken with CTN at the Art Fair, and I am here with
Mike Madak.
Hi, Mike. Hi, Mike. So it's always good seeing you again at these festivals. So, Mike, what can you go and tell us about your art this year at the Art Fair?
Just a continuation of what I've been working on. I've been focused on doing like some fantasy world building. So I do digital art basically. I'll sketch a drawing, sketch an environment, a character, and I'll digitally work it up into a print, and then I'll print it out on canvas, and then have these artwork here.
Gotcha. Yeah. So like for a lot of fiction art, basically, there's like science fiction, there's horror, basically. So what made you want to go and choose fantasy, and also in this type of art style?
I like fantasy because it's in a way, you mentioned the other ones, sci-fi and horror. It's like I often say it's like I'm just regurgitating everything I loved in my life, and I'm just putting my own original twist on it. So there is some sort of sci-fi in there. There is all that horror, or a little bit of horror, or a little bit of, but I love fantasy, so it's like a big mix of everything. So.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Yeah, so I really love sort of like the art style of your stuff. There's a lot of like straight lines and cubes basically. So I kind of want to understand. So what's kind of like your creative process when it comes to actually like creating your art pieces? Like, is there some inspiration, just something that you see?
No, I think the key is just find boredom and lean into it. Like, you try to find that space where you're just working through on your paper. You're like, it's already there. You're trying to like, create those shapes and find an interesting composition. And then you add a little window here, a door there, like a big feature that grabs people's attention. And before you know it, you hopefully have something pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's wonderful for sure. I also like, because like for me, basically I'm like such a huge like science fiction and comic book fan as well. So I also know she got these pieces of like some Star Wars characters, some Wolverine as well.
Oh yeah, so that's some of my older work. I still have it here. It's it's pop culture. People identify with it. They already have a story about it. So it's a little bit of like shooting fish in a barrel sometimes when you have some of this type of art. Yeah, I still bring it along, and people still enjoy it. So, but I haven't done a whole lot of it lately. But yeah.
Gotcha. It looks really nice for sure. Yeah. So, what can you go and tell me about like your experience at the Ann Arbor Art Fair, and what makes it different from other experiences at different art fairs?
I think it's a good question. I think Ann Arbor is really unique, and there's a lot of transitory people. I don't know if that's the word I'm looking for. Like every year, there's just new people because people are coming in and out of the city. It's in the city. It's free to the public. There's no admission. It's very accessible. It's a great show, and it's in a nice city, and it's fun, and the weather's great. The weather's always not that great, but. I just find that shows that are like this, that are centrally located in an urban area, and it's like free and accessible, it's people will come out, and you'll get people who never want to buy art, just buy an art because it's there.
Right. Yeah, Mike, that's wonderful. So for our viewers at home, and also our viewers on the internet, where can they go and like find your artwork and pieces on the internet?
Well, I have an Etsy account, and my Maydak.com is my website. If you just search my name, Maydak, you'll find my websites and from there. So, yeah, I'm on Instagram and all the social media stuff. So.
Gotcha. Thank you so much, Mike. And this is Ken with CTN Art Fair.